CEL, Communications and Entertainment Limited.
Hello, welcome to the Bill Collins Movie Collection and to one of my favourite films, Lassie Come Home. Lassie Come Home was written by Eric Knight. He lived in Pennsylvania in the United States, but grew up as a boy in Yorkshire. Lassie Come Home was a short story in the Saturday Evening Post and was so successful that Eric Knight turned it into a novel. It was published in 1940 and was hugely successful for so many years that followed. MGM purchased the rights and decided to turn it into a film. Producer Samuel Marks was assigned to it, and so was the director Fred McLeod Wilcox. It was his first feature. Later he directed The Secret Garden and Forbidden Planet, among several others. Lassie Come Home was perfectly cast. Lassie herself. Everyone loved her so much. And she was so successful that 7 sequels followed and a TV series that was to run 19 years. And Lassie's young master, Joe Carraclough, was played by Roddy McDowall. In the same year, he appeared in My Friend Flicker. A lovely young person, and his father is Donald Crisp. Donald Crisp, who's in Mutiny on the Bounty, by the way, and had just won his Academy Award for How Green Was My Valley. And Elsa Lanchester, the wife in real life of Charles Lawton, who's also in Mutiny on the Bounty, by the way, plays Joe's mother. They're a wonderful family. The Duke, played by Nigel Bruce. Nigel Bruce, everyone loves him as Dr. Watson in the Sherlock Holmes movies with Basil Rathbone. The Duke has a granddaughter, Priscilla, and she is played in her MGM movie debut by lovely Elizabeth Taylor. You'll love Priscilla. And 2 people to love, Ben Webster and Dame May Whitty. They play Dally and Daniel Fadden, a Scottish couple. They were husband and wife in real life, and this was the time of their golden wedding anniversary, and would you believe it was the first time on stage or screen in 60 years that they appeared as a married couple. Edmund Gwenn as the Tinker, and Toots. You're going to fall in love with Toots, and you'll never forget Toots and what Toots does in this beautiful story of Lassie Come Home. Something interesting. Did you know that Lassie and Elizabeth Taylor made their movie debuts in the same picture? There's one born every minute, and it was made at Universal. Lassie in a tiny part, and Elizabeth Taylor. They both went to MGM. Lassie Come Home, stardom for both. And now, join me in this beautiful story, Lassie Come Home by Eric Knight. Truly a beautiful, wonderful film, Lassie Come Home. I bet you love it as much as I do. Did you read the tribute at the beginning of the film? Make sure you do next time you see Lassie Come Home. Oh, and by the way, did you recognise the village? The same village is seen in the MGM movie Pride and Prejudice with Laurence Olivier and Greer Garson. See Lassie Come Home again, won't you, as soon as you can. And now, glimpses of some of the other exciting attractions from the Bill Collins Movie Collection.
I was ambitious then. We were drilled like little soldiers. No rest, no stop. I was little, slim, but hard as a diamond. Then I became famous and... But why am I telling you all this? Last night I didn't know you at all.
I am Felix Benvenuto Freiherr von Geigen. My mother called me Flix.
No. Flix. Oh, that's sweet. And how do you live? And what kind of a person are you?
I'm a prodigal son, the black sheep of a white flock. I shall die on the gallows.
You know, you're entirely different from what I expected.
Different? How?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you were more of a coquette. Not so ladylike.
What did you expect?
Wouldn't you like to call me by the first name?
Well, I don't know what he wants. I never saw him before.
I know you. I've kept your books for you, and I know all about you. If one of your employees was half as stupid in a small way as you are in a big one.
Madame is going to the Sahara. The desert is the garden of oblivion. In the desert one forgets everything, even the heart one loves and the desire of one's own soul.
What is it? I release you from your vow of silence. Brother Antoine has fled. I love you. And I warn you most solemnly not to make friends with this man. For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer.
So he may know that nothing can destroy our love. Nothing.
Could you hate me for anything, Dominique?
I could never hate you. We know this isn't all. It can't be. Surely in that other world, the real and lasting world, we'll be together forever.
The Garden of Allah, an intensely romantic story of desert love with Charles Boyer and Marlene Dietrich.
Remember how appealing Joseph Cotton was in Since You Went Away, opposite Claudette Colbert and Jennifer Jones? Well, he's even better in I'll Be Seeing You. And this time, the girl in question is lovely Ginger Rogers.
I ought to leave you alone.
You're just fishing. You want me to ask you to stay?
Well, ask me.
Please stay.
Following her success in Since You Went Away, Shirley Temple now comes to the screen in her first grown-up role.
Yes, darling, I'm quite aware of the responsibility of the occasion, but that neckline.
Oh, so that's it. Well, for your information, this neckline's a morale builder.
I was wondering if I shouldn't tell him about me.
He's lonely, and you're making things pleasant.
That's not the reason I'm seeing him, Aunt Sarah. It's because I like him. I like him a lot. I bet I could do better than that.
you butcher. I've had enough of this bloodship. He's the master of life and death on a quarter deck above the angels. McCoy! Clear! I'm sick of blood. Bloody backs, bloody faces. Why are you giving your last command on this ship? We'll be men again if we hang for it.
Casting me adrift 3,500 miles from a port of call. You're sending me to my doom, eh? Well, you're wrong, Christian. I'll take this boat as she floats to England if I must. I'll live to see you, all of you, hanging from the highest yard arm in the British fleet.
Voyage of the Bounty.
like a cat on a hot tin roof.
Then jump off the roof, Maggie, jump off it.
I don't mind making a fool of myself over you.
Well, I mind. I feel embarrassed for you.
Feel embarrassed? But I can't live on this way.
Now, you agreed to accept that condition.
I know I did, but I can't.
But how in hell on earth do you imagine you're going to have a child by a man who cannot stand you?
When a marriage goes on the rocks are there, right there.
Paul Newman and Elizabeth Taylor are at each other's throats in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Does it always have to be Tim?
Tony!
Yes, the Eternal also ran. Since you are so ecstatic over the whole arrangement, may I make so bold as to ask whether you expect me to bathe under that?
But golly, Colonel Smart, there's a shower off Pop's room. I mean off your room. Pop always used a shower.
Since You Went Away is filled with the love and laughter, the hopes and dreams of an American family. The kind of family 11 million Americans once fought for.
I love the movies in my movie collection, and it's wonderful to be able to share them with you, thanks to CEL. See another one very soon, won't you? The Bill Collins movie collection is available from major department stores and selected video outlets.
CEL, Communications and Entertainment Limited.